Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third night of the HKW European Championship Tournament. As always, I am Richard G. Mayer, and tonight we have our final two first-round matches, as well as our first quarterfinal match between Chris Chaos and Mike James. And heading out here first, looking to add gold to his collection, he is the HKW's Internet Champion, representing, well, I guess it's just the corporation now, Daniel Roberts. Daniel Roberts been on an absolute tear as of late. There is Jack Lee. We saw Jack Lee show up at HKW Broken Hearts, and now Jack Lee attacking Roberts on his way out to the ring here. Daniel Roberts not having any of it. Big belly to belly, taking down Jack Lee. Big fight out here on the entranceway. This isn't even the matchup we're supposed to have tonight. Right, and into the gut of Daniel Roberts. Roberts diving on top of Lee. And now Lee with a European uppercut, spinning around behind, spinning neck breaker. We're going to take a quick commercial break and try and figure things out. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and this match now underway. Jack Lee being added to this contest, now a triple threat match where the winner will move on in this European Championship Tournament. Danny Brewington making his way out here during the break, now catching elbows to the back, to the face from Jack Lee, who follows it up with a kick to the giant of the Brewington brothers. Now Brewington cracking the ribs of Lee across his knee and turning his attention to the HKW Internet Champion, who gets floored by a shoulder block. Not so much luck against Jack Lee, who levels the big man with a big knee. As I mentioned before, Jack Lee making his shocking debut against Daniel Roberts back at HKW's Broken Hearts last Sunday, answering Roberts' open challenge for the HKW Internet Championship. And now, miraculously, Lee could be looking at chance to win that HKW European Championship, but he's going to have to get past Brewington, who just jumps on top of him and levels Lee with repeated punches to the face. Roberts making his way back to his feet and sliding back into the ring, trying to help Brewington. Brewington says, "I don't need any help," and Lee gonna have to sit this battle of the Daniels out. Roberts kicking Brewington in the face. And now repeated shots into the gut. Jack Lee back to his feet and leveling Daniel Roberts. The fast footwork of Jack Lee, truly something to behold here, and Roberts clotheslined over the top rope. Lee gonna follow him out to the floor while Brewington still trying to recover himself. And coming up this Wednesday, an HKW Wednesday night, Daniel Roberts going to be in action once again when he joins forces with the newcomer Cody Omega, the Answer, to take on King Watkins and the Love. That matchup this coming Wednesday on HKW Wednesday night. Brewington, big clothesline there into the face of Daniel Roberts, and Lee quickly coming into the ring and cutting off the offense of Brewington. Big headbutt now into the face of Brewington, and a cover by Jack Lee too. And Daniel Brewington able to save himself at the 2 count. Roberts still trying to get back to his feet as Jack Lee has established control of this triple threat match. Brewington now up onto the shoulders of Daniel Roberts. Jack Lee gonna let Roberts inflict the pain to the biggest man in the squared circle tonight, Danny Brewington. What a move by Roberts to Jack Lee. Lee too close to the ropes. I'm going to force the break there. But you can bet that Jack Lee got rocked by that huge cutter coming from Daniel Roberts. Roberts now going to turn his attention to Brewington. Brewington flying back overhead. Half Nelson, half German suplex as Roberts looks for the cover on Jack Lee, who's had a little too much time to rest here. Roberts stacking Lee up and bringing him down with a giant DDT. Again, Roberts looking for the cover. And again, it's Lee's shoulder flying up off the canvas and keeping his hopes alive at just joining this European Championship tournament. It would be incredible story if Jack Lee was to go on to win European Championship gold here. Daniel Roberts being dropped flat on his face by Danny Brewington. Puts down Jack Lee with a clothesline, goes for the cover, and Lee kicking out quickly. But Brewington staying on the offensive. Front face lock. And now going to drop Lee down hard on his shin. Again, Brewington looking for a cover while Daniel Roberts outside of the ring. That's not going to last for long. Roberts back inside the ring and gorilla press slam, dropping the HKW Internet Champion down hard. Cover now by Brewington on Roberts, and it's Roberts who's forced to kick out, spelling more energy with each and every kick out, and that's just what Brewington wants to see as he locks in that bear hug. Jack Lee's going to have to break this up. And Jack Lee just going to let Daniel Roberts tap out to Danny Brewington. This wasn't about entering the European Championship tournament tonight. This was just about ensuring that Daniel Roberts didn't proceed in the European title tournament here tonight. Jack Lee scoring the metaphorical win while Daniel Brewington picks up the literal one and will move on in the HKW European Championship tournament. Congratulations to Danny Brewington here tonight. on a big victory for a big Brewington brother. And more European Championship Tournament action still to come. Xander Shaw and Aaron Bronson going to go one-on-one next. All right, well, this is our final first round matchup in this European Championship Tournament. And it is going to be a rematch of the 2017 Match of the Year. Aaron Bronson, the leader of the Void, going to take on the ex-assassin, Xander Shaw. Aaron Bronson marching down to the ring, looking confident as always. Bronson certainly got what he wanted this past Wednesday when Christopher Chaos goaded the Archangel into putting not only his but Evan Jones' careers on the line coming up HKW Wasteland, all in the hopes of the Archangel getting his hands on Bronson and Evan Jones to get his hands on Christopher Chaos. Heading out to the ring, being joined by King Watkins. He is the ex-assassin Xander Shaw. Shaw has been on cloud 9 ever since last Sunday, when an X-Breaker followed by an X marks the spot put down Donald Cash and ended his reign as GM here in the HKW. Of course, he got the official firing and pink slip papers from Cameron Logan Lionhunter this past Wednesday. If you missed that, you should make sure to go back and check out that and all of our shows on YouTube. This match underway, and Xander Shaw charging at Bronson. He uses that speed of his, ducking out of the way of the clothesline, and now Shaw overpowering Bronson, pushing him back into the corner. Referee going to separate things only for a moment as Shaw slamming Bronson into the clothesline. Bronson trying to take down Shaw with the drop kick, but not measuring it the best. Head still rocked after getting clothesline in the corner, and now Shaw in complete control, dropping Bronson with powerbomb. Bronson fighting off Shaw. 2 boots into the chest of Shaw, but Shaw once again powering down Bronson. Big shoulder block, follows it up with a headbutt. Picking Bronson up, dropping him back down. And King Watkins is elated at ringside. Watkins having a big week himself. Moving on and qualifying for the HKW Wasteland tournament. That one-night event will take place on March 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our live showing. Hope you'll join us for that. Xander Shaw with the legs of Aaron Bronson. Bronson slammed down face first by the ex-assassin Xander Shaw, who looks for the cover, only coming up with a 2. This match has been all Xander Shaw. Bronson just not able to get anything going here against Shaw, a man who knows Bronson extraordinarily well. These two fighting back in KZW, bringing their rivalry here to the HKW. And what a rivalry it has been. These are two guys who have put each other on the shelf for months at a time. And now Bronson with a drop kick into the face of Shaw. Shaw answering with a drop toe hold. And now Shaw just going to try and choke the life and air out of the lungs of Aaron Bronson. Of course, Bronson's Void teammate, Christopher Chaos, will be in action next in our main event, our first match of our quarterfinals here in the HKW European Championship Tournament. Bronson picked up and a backbreaker, bringing down the Void's Aaron Bronson. Xander Shaw going to follow that up with a Samoan drop, but Bronson bringing down Shaw with a jawbreaker, leveling him with the clothesline. And Aaron Bronson showing he still has a lot left in the tank for Xander Shaw here tonight, scooping Xander up onto his shoulders and bringing him down, 2 knees into the gut of Xander Shaw. Aaron Bronson stalking Shaw now. And out of the corner with the DDT. That flipping DDT of Bronson's. Truly something to behold each and every time. And Bronson now stacking Xander Shaw up on that top rope, following him. We've seen this out of Bronson before. Suplexing Xander Shaw down to the floor on the outside. The back of Xander Shaw screaming in pain. Shaw able to avoid the clothesline, trying to get things moving back his way. Trying to recover after that mammoth suplex off the top rope. Now Shaw with a leg drop to Aaron Bronson. I'm going to head back into the ring. But Bronson playing a little possum, elbow to the side of the temple of Xander Shaw, scooping him up and dropping him down. Sit out powerbomb by the Void's Aaron Bronson. Every time you see those seemingly sneak attacks from Aaron Bronson, you can't help but think back to all the blackout attacks by the Void over the past several months. Bronson now Irish whipped into the corner by Shaw. Shaw going to bring Bronson out of the corner. And Shaw off the ropes with a huge shoulder block. Xander Shaw is on fire, and King Watkins definitely liking what he is seeing out of his buddy here. Xander picking Aaron Bronson up, looking for that X marks the spot, but Bronson fighting his way out of the arms of Xander Shaw. For every bit that Shaw knows Bronson, Bronson knows Shaw. Shaw Knee to the midsection of Aaron Bronson, picking him up and bringing him down right onto the small of his back. Xander Shaw seeking the aid of the HKW Nation now as he picks Aaron Bronson back up. Bronson shot into the ropes. Drop kick into the face of Bronson. Following it up with a second one. Slipping underneath and bringing Bronson down with a swinging neckbreaker. Xander Shaw all over Aaron Bronson now, tying up the arms and a neckbreaker. To the voids, Aaron Bronson. Here's a cover by Xander Shaw. 2 and only 2.5 for Xander Shaw. Aaron Bronson still very much alive in this contest. Shaw gonna have to stay on the offensive, and a slap to the face of Aaron Bronson now. Shaw scooping Bronson, laying him out across those top ropes, and 2 big knees into the midsection of Aaron Bronson. Could have broken some ribs. 1, 2, and again Bronson fighting the shoulder off the mat. King Watkins looks stunned, so does Xander Shaw. And Bronson slipping around underneath, leveling Shaw with the shoulder block. Looking to the Irish whip, Shaw with the reversal. Bronson, right hand into the face of Shaw, heading back into the ring. DDT to Xander Shaw, who begins to squirt blood from his forehead. Bronson up onto the top rope. Oh my God! What a move by Bronson! And that's gonna do it. Aaron Bronson putting down Xander Shaw here tonight.
Here is your winner, Aaron Bronson.
Beginning of this match, certainly thought it was gonna be all Xander Shaw, but Bronson picking up the big win. And our main event is next, ladies and gentlemen, the first match of the quarterfinals. Mike James going to take on Christopher Chaos.
Mama said, fulfill the prophecy, be something great. Go make a legacy and manifest destiny. Back in the days we wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, burn your biographies, rewrite your history. Light up your wildest dreams, vision and victories. Every day we wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated. Hold tight up, no more love, and I hate to see you waiting. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars, but I couldn't make a killing. Didn't ever die, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling. I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes.
Whoa, and as we take a peek into the back there, you see the 2 men who got into it this past Wednesday. The Gatekeeper and Ricky Armstrong. And Armstrong wasting no time, putting fists into the face of the big man, the Gatekeeper. This absolute behemoth of a man. The Gatekeeper. And Ricky Armstrong, the #1 contender to the HKW World Heavyweight Championship, colliding in the backstage area. And you have to imagine every blow from that big man, the Gatekeeper, registers with the force of at least 3 men. He's huge. Ricky Armstrong, you gotta give it to him just for being willing to go toe-to-toe with the Gatekeeper. This isn't even a match, this is just a straight-up fight. Armstrong tossing away the Gatekeeper. And now Gatekeeper slammed face first into that steel door. That could be the edge Armstrong is looking for, but Gatekeeper with an elbow into the back of the face of Armstrong, looking to follow it up with one of those huge kicks, but Armstrong slipping out of the way. Head of Ricky Armstrong grabbed by the Gatekeeper, who catches multiple blows into the gut, and now Ricky Armstrong. Armstrong again with the Gatekeeper into the wall. Armstrong doing everything he can here to slow down the attack of this huge mammoth man of the corporation, the Gatekeeper. Again, Armstrong repeated shots into the midsection of the Gatekeeper, a huge midsection, just a giant target there for Armstrong. Armstrong using the speed and quickness he has over the Gatekeeper, and Gatekeeper now again face first into that concrete wall, those cinder blocks, with no give whatsoever. Oh, I'm not entirely certain. I didn't feel the billing shake when Armstrong threw Gatekeeper into them. Back and forth, neither man able to get a true edge, but Armstrong using what he has at his disposal, that giant concrete wall, ringing the bell of the Gatekeeper, now HKW's #1 contender to the gold, starting to gain a foothold here over the Gatekeeper. Incredible battle being waged in the back between two of the toughest guys we have here in the HKW. Gatekeeper stumbling and tripping there before he ran right back into that steel wall, but couldn't avoid the giant arm of Ricky Armstrong. Ricky Armstrong, elbow down into the ribs of the Gatekeeper now. And with each one of these kicks, you can bet that Ricky Armstrong trying to send a direct message to the leader of the corporation, Cameron Logan Lionhunter. Gatekeeper getting back to his feet and put back down by the real deal Ricky Armstrong.
It has certainly been a wild night tonight, and we are getting ready for our main event. This is the first match of the quarterfinals of the European Championship tournament, and heading out to the ring first, multi-time World Heavyweight Champion, member of the Void, Christopher Chaos.
Be a very big week for Christopher Chaos, as not only does he look to put down Michael James here tonight, dealing yet another blow to the EFED Elite, but he will face the EFED Elite's Archangel and Evan Jones alongside his partner, the Apocalypse, coming up this Wednesday on HKW Wednesday night, when the HKW Tag Team titles are on the line in a ladder match. Again, that is this coming Wednesday on HKW Wednesday night. And Michael James on his way down to the ring, and not gonna come alone, as he is joined by Evan Jones, the Archangel, Brian Mead, and Jeremy King Chaos, the EFED Elite. Christopher Chaos doesn't even look a little bit intimidated by the force that has gathered inside the ring. Three of the absolute best in the HKW. And four men who have earned the right to call themselves elite. And here we go. This one is underway, and Christopher Chaos not wasting any time, using that power of his scooping up Michael James onto his shoulder and bringing him down hard. Michael James going to have a big test here tonight against a very seasoned warrior, a multi-time world heavyweight champion in Christopher Chaos. Michael James answering back with a Hurricanrana, taking Chaos over. And now a big shot to the back by the member of the EFED Elite, Michael James. James, known for being the most violent of all the members of the EFED Elite, hoping to inflict a good amount of pain on Christopher Chaos here tonight, not only to assure himself victory, but also with each blow, have to imagine it brings a bit of satisfaction to his teammates, the Archangel Brian Mead and Evan Jones. Shot to the face on Michael James, and Chris Chaos gonna jump on top of him. And now a cover here by Christopher Chaos. And a kick out by Michael James. Christopher Chaos strapping on the submission, just trying to tear away at the pectoral of Michael James here. And folks, you're going to want to make sure that you join us next week for our other three quarterfinal matchups when The Love takes on the Apocalypse. Aaron Bronson of the Void goes one-on-one with Jeremy King Chaos of the EFED Elite, and the Battle of the Big Men, the Gatekeeper, going one-on-one with Danny Brewington. All three of those matches next week right here on the European Championship Tournament. Michael James looking to take those knees in the back of Christopher Chaos, who avoids those strikes, gets the arm up to avoid the backhand from James, and now Chaos picking up James and bringing him back down with a powerbomb. Michael James sweeping the leg of Christopher Chaos. Wily, a good word to use when describing Michael James. Never know where he's going to hit you from or how. And now slingshotting Christopher Chaos off that top rope. Famous for that Muay Thai style of his, dropping Christopher Chaos down with a Michinoku driver. Chaos back to his feet, and the bicep of Christopher Chaos right across the jaw of Michael James. James trying to pick himself back up on the apron, using those ropes, and immediately Christopher Chaos, the fist to the face of Mike James, and James is down on the outside. Meanwhile, Evan Jones, Christopher Chaos, and the Archangel Brian Mead looking on from ringside. As Christopher Chaos continues to do damage here to the E-Fed Elite's Michael James. James pulling the leg out from underneath Chaos and a knee down into the leg. Follows it up with a strike to the shoulder. And now Michael James calling for his brothers and the standards of greatness, happy to oblige. They have Christopher Chaos up and brought back down. A huge powerbomb from the E-Fed Elite, and this referee tossing the E-Fed Elite out of the ringside area. Michael James not able to pick up the victory in the meantime. Chaos bringing the knee down into the gut of James, but James with a shot to the midsection of Christopher Chaos, a midsection that can't be feeling too great after that huge powerbomb from the E-Fed Elite. Michael James now begging Chaos to get back to his feet here. And here comes James looking for that forearm. Chaos avoiding it, and a double middle finger salute from Michael James and a cover. But James kicking out at 2. James catching a huge body splash there by Christopher Chaos. And Chaos now snake eyes to James and a giant boot into the face of James. It's followed up with a leg drop from the madman Christopher Chaos. James sweeping out the leg from underneath Chaos. A moment for contemplation, and then James firing the light. Chaos reversal into the ropes. James avoiding the contact. Boot into the face of Christopher Chaos. And now Chaos Irish whip on James into the ropes. James avoiding a second big splash. And James, what a knee into the face of Chaos. Fast and wild exchange between Christopher Chaos and Michael James, who connects with another huge kick to the side of the head of Christopher Chaos. Michael James is going to give this one his all here tonight. Chaos grabbing a hold of James in a snap suplex, throwing James's body overhead. And now Chaos signaling for the end. He's got Mike James up. Oh! And bringing James back down with that massive into the void powerbomb. 2, and James, Michael James at 2.5, kicking out of the into the void powerbomb. Michael James is not done yet. King Chaos looks like he's about ready to have a heart attack on the outside of the ring. Christopher Chaos now stretching the arm and shoulder of Michael James. James just writhing in pain here at the hands of Chaos. Shots into the knee of Christopher Chaos. James working his way back to his feet. And a hip toss. Separating himself from the Void's Christopher Chaos. Now it's James's chance to try and get some offense going, but big right hands raining down on James from Chaos. James answering back, scoops up Christopher Chaos, and a kick to the side of the temple. Chaos certainly looks locked by that one. James, tentative kick to the leg. Seems uncertain just how much damage he may have done to Christopher Chaos. Chaos working his way back to his feet, and this time, that huge forearm from Michael James. connecting with the skull of Christopher Chaos. James stalking Chaos now. Grabbing him. Ripcord knee strike into the face of Christopher Chaos. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. That's going to do it. Michael James with a massive win here tonight over Christopher Chaos. The EFED Elite putting teamwork to good use here tonight. And in the end, Michael James, that massive forearm and that ripcord knee strike, picking up one of the biggest victories of this young man's HKW career. Congratulations tonight to Michael James of the EFED Elite. And Michael James will move on to the semifinals. That's going to do it for us here tonight. I'm Rooster G. Mayer, and we will see you more. We will see you Wednesday for HKW. Good night, everybody.